Well, Richard Heydarian is an assistant professor of political science at De La Salle University and the author of Asia's New Battlefield, US, China and the Struggle for Western Pacific. He joins us live from Manila. Richard, lovely to talk to you as always. Well, Donald Trump has declared that he has a great relationship with Rodrigo Duterte, as he tends to do. What did you make of the men's first meeting?
Well, actually, they have had several meetings over the past few days. There was a short meeting towards the end tail of the APEC summit. And then Trump, he was talking actually to Prime Minister Turnbull, and he said, don't worry, I'm going to meet you in Manila tomorrow. So yesterday, during the dinner gala in Manila, they had a very convivial hobnob with each other. Something surprising happened because I'm not sure if that was a violation of protocol, but generally the current chairman of the ASEAN should sit next to the previous chairman of the ASEAN and the succeeding one. So we're talking about Laos and Singapore. But guess what? It was Donald Trump who was placed next to Duterte throughout the trip, and perhaps that was intentional. I think it was coordinated between the State Department and, of course, the organizers here in the Philippines. And you had a situation whereby, Trump asked Duterte to sing him a song. So you had, just as we expected, very convivial hobnob. And today they had a formal bilateral meeting with the attendance of Rex Tillerson and respective representatives. And essentially, I think Trump admitted that he didn't raise human rights issues or extrajudicial killings at all, and that he focused on actually repairing the ties, bringing back to where they used to be before the Obama administration confronted Duterte on war on drugs. And that, of course, led to massive deterioration in a century-old alliance.
Indeed, of course, much has been made of the fact that Trump did not raise these human rights issues. But it's important to the Americans to entrench the relationship with the Philippines, which has been a strong ally over the years.
I mean, the Trump position was very clear. We are not going to impose our values on our other countries. Strategic interest comes always first, so kind of a realpolitik position. And what Trump is trying to say is this: Obama was incompetent. He lost our allies, estranged them, pushed them into China's orbit. But guess what? I'm so fantastic and tremendous that I can gain them back. So that was the kind of mentality with which Trump came into the picture. As far as Duterte is concerned, he wants to show that all the big boys are behind him. He met Putin and Xi Jinping in APEC, and now he had this kind of convivial hobnob with Trump. So essentially, he got what he wanted. The only thing that I was expecting to happen, which didn't happen because there was a pushback at the last minute, was a Duterte fist bump, which got Nick Warner of Australia, of course, in trouble. That didn't happen. I think Trump was smart enough not to go that far.
That would have been special indeed. Or I don't know, between that or the love song, I don't know which trumps it. But Trump, of course, offering to become the negotiator for the South China Sea, which is a perplexing problem by all accounts for anyone to manage.
I mean, I'm not sure how seriously I'm going to take this. I mean, Donald Trump, it kind of sounds like Duterte. Like he said, I'm a fantastic, intermediary, and all of the positive things he said about himself. But I mean, this is not a real estate deal. This is not a merger between companies. This is a serious problem of national sovereignty and overlapping territorial claims. To be honest, I think what ASEAN countries would have loved to hear, especially countries like Vietnam or Singapore, is for Trump to make it clear what are the red lines here in the South China Sea. How far is America going to go in order to check China's ambitions? Is America going to expand freedom of navigation operations? Is it going to force Australia to join along? So I think those were the more concrete measures that everyone was looking at. So you had this kind of a comical situation whereby, politely the ASEAN countries said, oh, we're absolutely sure Trump is going to be fantastic and is going to solve this problem. But I'm not sure there's much substance to really Trump's proposal, not to mention China does not consider U.S. as a neutral, disinterested party. China sees U.S. as the #1 source of the problem in the region. And Duterte and Trump, when they talked, and Xi Jinping, when they talked in APEC the other day, essentially the agreement was not to raise the South China Sea issue at all during this discussion. So I don't know if there's much space for U.S. or Trump, for that matter, to play a disinterested neutral role, because that's not how they're seen by China, and I would suspect also Duterte.
Of course, our own Prime Minister, Malcolm Turnbull, also has to navigate the relationship with Duterte as well. Of course, we've been an ally to a degree, helping down in the south of the Philippines with the insurgency there. But this remains a difficult relationship too for Australia, but an important one.
Well, I mean, as I half jokingly said, I think Australia is Duterte's new best friend. He feels extremely comfortable with Australia. I think the DFAT has done a tremendously good job of making sure that disagreements on certain values will not undermine much needed cooperation on common concerns like, of course, ISIS, counterterrorism, and also development of Marawi after the conflict and liberation of Marawi. And remember, Duterte was, the Australian warship that visited Manila the other month. That was the first time when Duterte actually rode a Western warship. And by the way, he's going to be there in Canberra in March. So Australia will be the first Western destination capital that Duterte is likely to visit. And that, in many ways, means that Australia is now the bridge between Duterte and the broader Western alliance.
Interesting stuff. Richard, as always, lovely to talk. Thank you.
Pleasure.